Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we're going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Kwon beat Robby during the events of Cobra Kai Season 6? So in this timeline, Miyagi would still fight Cobra Kai, Chris would want Kwon to show no mercy, and Robby and Tori would still start off. Robby would still be distracted, and he would still tag in Sam. Sam and Tori would fight, but Tori would tag in Kwon, and he would manage to land a point on Sam. Kwon would still tag out, and Sam would tag in Miguel, and he would get the first point. Yoon and Dimitri would continue the fight, and much like in the original timeline, Hawk, Kenny, and Dimitri would team up to get the point on Yoon, and Hawk would once again tag in Miguel. Miguel and Kwon would fight, but Kwon would manage to land a point on Miguel, so Miguel would tag in Robby. Robby and Kwon would fight, but Robby wouldn't be focused, so Kwon would get the final point. So in this timeline, Cobra Kai would defeat Miyagi, and Miyagi would be eliminated, and those events would carry on. Kwon would make fun of the Miyagi's for losing, and he would go celebrate with the rest of the Cobra Kais. Miyagi would be disappointed that they lost. Tiger Strike would still be eliminated for cheating during the Miyagi would still be let back in. Kwon would get mad that Miyagi was back in the Saikai Taikai, and those events would continue. The semi-finals would begin. In this timeline, Diego would fight Robby. The match would be close, but Robby would defeat Diego. Zara and Maria would fight, but Zara would still defeat Maria. Axel would fight Kwon in the semi-finals, so Kwon and Axel would fight. Kwon would be fighting aggressively, and he would be using offense, but Axel would be able to fight back against Kwon. Kwon would continue fighting Axel, and he would continue fighting with aggression, and Kwon would start to get even angrier, but Axel would use a combination of offense and defense. So in this timeline, Axel would defeat Kwon, Sam and Tori would fight, and they would both use a combination of offense and defense. The match would be close, so in this timeline, Tori would defeat Sam, so she would advance to the finals. So Robby and Axel would fight in the finals. Robby would try to get some points on Axel, but by now Axel would be more aggressive, and he would get some points on Robby. So in this timeline, Axel would defeat Robby. Zara would fight Tori. Zara would be aggressive, and she would land some points on Tori. Tori would be using a combination of offense and defense. She would manage to land a point on Zara, so Zara would get more aggressive, and she would defeat Tori. So the Iron Dragons would win. Miyagi and Cobra Kai would go home in defeat. Sensei Kim and her students would go back to Korea, and Tori would go back to the valley. Even though Miyagi lost, Miyagi would remain open, and Tori would rejoin Miyagi, and things would be a lot more peaceful in the valley. Kwon and the rest of the Cobra Kais would go back to Korea, and Kwon would continue his training at Master Kim's dojang, and they would start training for the next Saikai Taikai. And that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Kwon beat Robby during the events of Cobra Kai Season 6? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.